can this be the perfect beginner's rye? Let's find out on the Whiskey Tank. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again on the Whiskey Tank. I'm Joe. I'm so glad that you took a little bit out of your day today to spend it with me and to talk about rye on this wonderful Friday. I wanted to talk about Buffalo Trace's entry into rye, and so of course they have Sazerac, they have Thomas H. Handy as well over there, but this is kind of a good middle of the road. This is what I would call a low rye. 2011, Buffalo Trace introduced the bottled and bond E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. So being bottled and bond, it's a 100 proof whiskey. There is no age statement on this. Most people think it's like 4 to 6 years, but there's nothing that I could find that would say anything definitive. And there is no mash bill released on this rye either. I would be really surprised if it was any more than 51 to 60% rye. So this kind of falls in the same category as a high rye bourbon to me. So you get a lot of those good bourbon flavors and bourbon notes that you get without getting a lot of that mint and some of the rye flavors that are more of an acquired taste. Let's get a pour in the glass. How about that cork pop? Oh, it's sad. In this bottle's defense, as you can see, there's a good little pour taken out of it already. So it's the cork might be getting a little bit deflated in this one. I might have to take a look at that. But in the glass, to me, this has a rather light color compared to some of the other whiskeys that we've tried here on the Whiskey Tank. It's almost like a honey color on the glass. It appears to be oily, if you can see, and I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but it's got some pretty good legs on it, which sometimes is a good indication of a oily mouthfeel. But let's see how it is on the nose. So I'm not surprised by this at all. There's a lot of caramel, vanilla flavors, smells. There's a little hint of some baking spice in there as well, but nothing super powerful. And I wouldn't expect too much either. Being 100 proof, it's not going to pack in a lot. There's no ethanol on this whatsoever. It's not going to have that concentration of smells that, say, a barrel proof or a cask strength whiskey would have, just because there is an influence of water that's going to take some of that down. But it's got good smells there, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't know the difference smelling this. I don't think I could smell this and tell the difference between this and a high rye bourbon. Because there is a little hint of baking spice in there, but it's nothing that's like sending you over the edge. It's kind of like, hey, is that really there? There's a lot more caramel, vanilla type smells that are consistent with some of your bourbons versus your ryes. But cheers, let's see how it tastes. Okay. So there's a little hint of almost some bitterwood that's saying that it might be a little youthful, right? So it hasn't smoothed out those corners to make it more less bitter. So it's got a little touch of that, but I'm telling you, it's not strong. The most overpowering flavor that I'm getting is sweetness. So it brings that caramel flavor, brings that in. What I do get is a little pop of like cracked pepper. Kind of like, you put on your eggs or on a steak or something, you get that little fresh pepper taste, and that is the rye influence to me. So you get that little rye influence like from that, but it's predominantly sweetness. It's candy. I thought there for a second I got a little touch of grape, but it wasn't. It's nothing. Now exploring a little more, I don't have that. I'm going to go in for a second sip. Okay, so there's a little bit of mint maybe and some herbalness to it on that second sip. that's got a little bit more staying power than what that caramel and vanilla and that sweetness has, which is a nice combination. I'm telling you, if you are new to rye and you have the opportunity to try this, I would definitely take a pour of it if you can find it in a bar or something like that, or you have a friend that offers you a pour. It's a little hard to find. So like I was saying, it was introduced in 2011. I believe the MSRP kind of hovers around 80 to 89. I'm not 100% sure. You're rarely going to find this at MSRP. I got real lucky and I found some bottles of this up near Frostburg, Maryland, when I was up there for work, and I snagged them up because they were $100 a piece. And that's not a bad price. You're gonna pay a little over MSRP, and I'm willing to pay a little over MSRP for this. I was lucky to pick some up. I will share this with people that come over and they're not used to drinking Ryes. Before I go in and pour in some 95.5 MGP stuff, some real mint bombs that are gonna taste like toothpaste or something to them, probably if they're not used to it, I'm gonna pour this. It doesn't drink hot either like an Old Forester rye. So for me, an Old Forester rye comes in and with around 122, 125 proof. It drinks like 135. You're not getting that. That rye spice isn't presenting proof in this bourbon or this rye. I'm not getting like it drinks like 100 proofer, and that's right where it should be. There is no bite to it. It's an easy drinking rye, and it's enjoyable. So I would definitely give this thumbs up. I would recommend picking this up if you see it, or at least getting a pour of it from somebody to give it a try. Now, I would really appreciate it if you haven't subscribed yet. Maybe you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That helps this channel get more eyes on it and get more views, and it really helps me out a lot. I'm enjoying bringing you guys some reviews and some blinds and some different options, and I'd like to see this grow a little bit. So if you could, subscribe. Also, if you could, and you've enjoyed the video, share this video with your friends, please. Just to get, again, more eyes put on it. That would be fantastic. And I'm loving the comments that I'm getting. It's really helpful. It kind of gets my compass pointed in the right direction if I know I'm putting out something that's enjoyable, or if you have some ideas. I want to hear different ideas. So if you have comments, go ahead and comment below, please. Until next time, thank you for stopping by and visiting at the Whiskey Tank, and we will see you soon. Cheers.